right, good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to say congratulations to all the other champions and competitors on their successful 2021 season. Thank you to all the track crew and officials for putting up with all this racers all year. I know it's not easy. I didn't get the typical start in racing like most people. I didn't do go-karts or quarter midgets. I jumped right into a legend. When I was 16 or 17, we had no idea what we were getting into financially or how much of a commitment this sport takes. No one in my family had ever been involved in the sport. We didn't have a trailer, tools, toolbox, or anything. We literally started with nothing. I was thankful enough to meet the Churchill family, George Whitney, who really helped me get started in the beginning of my career. We obviously had a ton of struggles trying to figure out what we just got ourselves into. After a ton of broken parts, front clips, rear clips, blown motors, we finally figured something out. Fast forward to this past season, our team had success that we couldn't have predicted. Unfortunately, everyone was impacted by the tire situation. We raced all 16 races on one set of tires, which is pretty crazy. We won half the races, never finished outside the top 3. There were plenty of fun battles along the way between Jordan, Brody, and I, and the other competitors. I have to thank my team for all their hard work and dedication and ball busting that goes on throughout the year. We ran 2 divisions almost every week and were competitive in both. I wouldn't want to share the success with anyone else. Dad, Shelby, Jordan, Wally, Bobby, Logan, Jimmy, Kevin, Aaron, Jeff, Mike, and Anthony. This is a team sport, and without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Unfortunately, Shelby's dad, Brian, is not here to celebrate with us, but he is greatly missed, and I appreciate all his help throughout the years. I have to thank my sponsors, ServPro, the Quintal Insurance Agency, Guilford Texaco, Good News Lock and Key. I especially want to thank Wally Churchill for everything he's done for me. Setups, motor swaps, repairs, everything has gotten us to this point. I can give you any feedback and you can make the car a rocket ship. Thank you for everything. Last but not least, I want to thank my dad. We started this journey a while ago when we finally made it. It took a lot of money, time, happiness, frustration, fights, and we finally gained an extended family along the way. Sorry. I wouldn't be here right now without you. Hopefully we can make more memories this year, chasing more wins, and hopefully another championship or 2. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your night.
I would like to start by thanking the Waterford Speed Bowl and staff. You know, a lot more goes into it than a Saturday night than what we see. My crew, Pops, Harp, Robin, Ange, and Tommy. 76 wins and this 7th championship would not be possible without you guys, and I thank you and I love you guys for that. Rob Rushford for the opportunity to drive that hot rod. 2 years for driving for you, I think we killed it. So thanks for giving me a shot in the division I always wanted to race in. My sponsors, some of them have been with me since I started racing, and I couldn't do it without all your dedication to me. Pete's Auto Sales and Service, JD's Roadhouse, KMS Landscaping, Enfield of Arco, Badass Creative Coatings, DF Wraps, Sweets Farms, CIC Automotive, and Waddell Communications. To my family and my fans, there's a lot of Cassidy gear in the stands on a Saturday night, and that's just awesome to see. Thank you for being a fan of the Mighty 11. My mom, she's probably my biggest fan. Thank you for all you do for me, Mom. I love you. Crystal, thank you for taking some awesome photos all year. Congratulations to my fellow champions and good friends, Tommy Silva, Dougie Curry, Johnny O'Sullivan, also Jason Palmer, Tado, and Buddy Charette. Congrats, champs. Not sure what my plans are. Not sure what my future plans are for racing right now, but I hope to see you in Victory Lane again. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
So I haven't gotten to do this before. I think I'm close enough. They'll hear me. I'll yell. So I haven't gotten to do this before, so this is my first one, so we'll see how that goes. If you guys haven't got a drink, you're probably going to need one because I got 3 pages. I don't even know what I wrote. These guys have been feeding me drinks all night, so this should be pretty good. So we started off the year. It was a little bit crazy. The first race, I don't know, I think we finished 7th or 9th. I don't know where we ended up, but we ended up having to cut the headers off the thing and get back out there. And I told the guys, you know, that's what was going to make the year. You know, just getting back out there and, you know, not giving up. And I've seen races or seasons come down to 1 point and, you know, at the end of the season and stuff like that. So we just got to keep digging and we were all bent up and headers cut off and all that, and we ended up finishing pretty good. So, can't complain there. So I guess I'll get to it here. It's okay, it'll be fine. So we were able to win 2 races this season, and which wasn't as much as some of the other guys, but that's all right. We still got the most points, I'm pretty sure. I think that's how this whole deal works. We got the Triple Threat Championship, was pretty cool. I still didn't get my money for that or any trophies, but that'll come in the mail. It was fun to watch all these young guys that came up, started at the beginning of the year, and they were all over the place, a little here, a little there, whacking into stuff, and then at the end of the year, guys like RJ, come up, win the last 3 races, and 400 or 500 other races that he won. So that's pretty cool to see. And, Wayne Burrows, past champion, run good all year, ran us with respect all year. I know sometimes Tom didn't feel we gave him too much respect, but don't worry, we still love you, Tom. It's like the old go-kart days, So I had a very special guy that helped me out through my career, and whom I paved with and stuff like that. And his name's Carl Pastriak. A lot of you guys probably know him. He was a dear friend of mine and helped me out a lot. And this year he came to the track as much as he could, and he helped me out a lot with the driving aspect of it. And if it wasn't for him teaching me how to do some of the moves and some of the stuff, it probably would have came out a little bit different. So I got a lot of respect for him and their whole family. So he'll be missed, and that's about all I got to say about that. I thank Martin and Sean for believing in me and taking a chance with a fat old guy. They could have picked any guy in here that's probably way better than I am, and that's why we drink and eat a lot, buddy. So they could have picked any guy in here, that could have probably wheeled the car better than I could or any of that, but they don't work as hard as I do. That's what these young kids don't have. I'm not reading from my thing, so, I'm just making it up as I go. But thanks to you and Sean, we were able to be champions this year, and, we were able to finish second in the Thompson 300, which is pretty awesome. Got to go to Florida, and I made some of my dreams happen with you guys, so I appreciate that very much. I don't know what the future holds for us and where we're going to go, but either way, this year we're the champs, and that's all that matters. Got to thank the crew for all the help at the track, and every week in and out at the shop. All the wives for letting their husbands come out. Some of them who I keep at the shop longer than I should. Big Dave, Super Dave, Brad, Dan, Tommy, Jay. Where's Joe? Joe's here somewhere. I don't know. He's the short little guy in the front. Without Joe, I couldn't do this. So he's there every week for me, no matter what we got to do. If I got him running for parts, or if he's fixing the noses because somebody backed into me and we got to fix the front bumper. That stuff does happen. I know you're getting old, and you retired from racing about 4 or 5 years ago, but you're still doing it. So hopefully you got just one more year in you, pal. To my wife, I wouldn't be here without you. You take the brunt of my absence when I'm not at home, when I'm in the shop working and you got the kids and you're doing the dishes and you're doing everything else. Sometimes you're working more than I am. Most of the time you work more than I do. But Martin knows that. That's why he's sitting next to you. I don't know how you do it, but either way, we make it happen, and together we're a hell of a team. I love you very much, and thank you for everything you do. Thank you to Complete Chassis Solutions for setting the car up all year. They gave us a pretty good hot rod here in the summer. We struggled a little bit when it got cold. You know, we had to really rely on the driver, I think, for that part of it, but can't be good all the time. Thank you to all of our sponsors who, without them, this wouldn't be possible. Polar Beverages, Streb, Family Chiropractic, Cape Towing and Salvage, Salvador Auto Group, Lyman Signs, and Atlantic Boats. I think I'm forgetting one guy, but what's that guy's name? Oh, Chuck, that's right. See, there was supposed to be a whole nother part to this, but I had to rewrite it already in my head because he already doubled his amount of money that he was going to spend with us last year, so he already doubled that for this year. So CNC Pools, Chuck, thank you so much for doing that for us. And thank you to everybody at the Waterford Speedball for having us. I'm sad we won't be back there this year to defend our title in 22. Thank you to Hoosier for doing everything you could with the tires. You know, I know everything was tough with all the Rona stuff going on and all that, and did what we could with the tires and made it all work. And thank you to Sunoco for bringing us fuel every week. Hopefully everything will work out this year, and thank you guys for everything.
Last car. That all started out at campfire. I had to keep it going. I didn't prepare much of a speech because I like to just kind of roll off the cuff. Yeah, those of you know, like the beer line, so I had to check under this podium here after Buddy's speech. I wasn't sure if it was like Police Academy and somebody was under here, so I had to just double check. Those that are old enough. But I'd like to offer the sentiments here. With awesome to be standing here as a Speedball champion. Been coming here to the bowl since fell through the bleachers when I was 4 years old, and been hooked ever since. Bruce, thank you for allowing us to have a place to race, and thank you to all the Speedball staff. Couldn't be possible without you. I didn't see him in attendance tonight, but Dick Williams and the racing guys offered the lower competitors some money this year, and it was greatly appreciated, especially when I was able to capitalize on it. Also, Kansas Fire Department for the Daniel Brigham Memorial was able to win that night, which is a special night to me because Daniel was a good friend of mine. My mother and father bought me my first race car back in the 90s from Diego Monahan, and I sucked. I ain't gonna lie. It took a while to win a race, and to be, you know, with these stats, that's pretty stellar. It couldn't be possible without my sponsors that most of them been with me throughout my whole career of racing. John and Cindy Mahoney, MFR Mahoney Family Racing, thank you so much. Andy Petrowski, hell of a guy there. A&B Concrete, Excavation. Northeast Paving, Gina, thank you so much. Joey Perkins, All American Seal Coat and Dumpsters. Awesome. He lit a fire under my ass. I'll tell you what, I used to tell him, Joe, I finished second. Know what he's saying? Yeah, you're the first loser. Said that after the first race. I went on to win 8. How we doing now, Joe? Bella Vance and Roy Trucking. Glenn Roy, Jared, that crew back there, helped me out like people never know. I think I helped you guys out a little bit too, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sharp Improvements, Bill and Andrea, you guys there at the track every week. Couldn't thank you guys enough. You show up. It's awesome. Critical Signs and Graphics. Say no more. Jen and Sean, anytime I call them up, anything I need, they're right there. Thank you guys. Cerise's Automotive, he's not in attendance tonight, but let me tell you, if you guys don't know John Boy, he's a pretty cool guy. R&R Racing, Robin and Roger. Driving Roger's cars on the tour, I think helped me be a better driver, from driving from Maine to the Carolinas. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate you. Couldn't do it, too, without, like I said, my mother and father buying me my first race car. My mother's in attendance tonight. My dad's passed, but him and my daughter Avery were my guardian angels this year, and I appreciate that. DJ Rascott, how you doing out there, buddy? Big help to me, man. He was a big success with my 4 in a row because he found a lot of stuff in my car, because I'm not big on working on stuff sometimes, and I got a lot of stuff going on. My wife, Kristen, and Mason, you guys are there every week, every day, loading the car, whatever it needs, and I'm not the most easy person to get along with sometimes, and I appreciate that, too. Papa Wendell, thank you so much, man. Wendell's Mason's gonna have his day, let me tell you. Mason will have his day. Lisa Vogelson, this is so much better than the Speedball infield, isn't it? I mean, applause to her again. And also, I gotta thank my engine builder, Cousin Eddie out in Arizona. Did a hell of a job. Thank you so much. You guys enjoy your night. Good luck next year.
First of all, thank you for everyone coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks Bruce and Mike and the whole entire track crew for putting on a year for us. I was going to thank all my sponsors for getting me here. Al Stone, you're the man. I appreciate everything you did for me. I wouldn't be here standing here if it wasn't for you. 2018, you gave me everything I needed and continue working on my racing program, and I appreciate it. My mom and dad, thanks for everything you do for me. I appreciate you buying me my first street car so I could sell it so I could buy my first race car. My brother Brian, for all the attention to detail working on my car. I wouldn't be able to do it, if you weren't in the garage with me, and I'm super excited to be working with you this year, with you driving my car and chasing the championship up here. My wife, thanks for putting up with me and in the garage every night, getting me where I am today. My daughter, same situation, letting me do what I do and supporting me. Ryan Waterman for building my amazing car for me. My crew, Ricky, PJ, Bruce, Chris, Tyler, Toby, Keith, Big Al, the Canfield crew, and anyone else that helped me on the car this year. I appreciate everything you do for me. And have a good night, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start by saying thank you to everyone who had a part in putting this banquet together to celebrate a great 2021 season. I also want to thank Bruce Beamer, Mike Maffrio, Webby, and all the rest of the Speedball staff and volunteers for giving us a place to race and for a great and successful 2021 season. I also want to thank Sunoco, Hoosier Racing Tire, and all the other partners for their never-ending dedication and support to us racers in short track racing. And a big congratulations to all the other champions and competitors on a great and successful season at the Bowl in 2021. All right. If you told me last May that we'd be standing here as street stock champions in our rookie season, I would have told you you're absolutely out of your mind. Coming into last season as a rookie in the new division, my realistic goals were to learn as much as I could driving a new car and just have respectable runs. But I quickly realized after a podium run opening weekend with a little more seat time and some fine tuning, we could be contenders. It wasn't all peaches and cream though. We had some hardships and some setbacks, and I think I even quit at least 5 times during the racing season, which I do a lot. But we stayed persistent as always and kept digging, and come summertime we hit our stride as being the dominant car, winning 4 races in a row, which catapulted us into the point lead. Finishing off the season, I was focused on just staying solid and consistent and tried to stay out of trouble to seal the deal. And luckily, with a great car and a little bit of luck, we were able to get the job done. But the pressure was definitely on this year, as I knew I had some big shoes to fill stepping into a ride owned by my father-in-law, Moose Doughton, who happens to be a legend in street stock racing in the Northeast. Working together this year, our bond grew very strong, and I had such a blast learning and working together as a team. Racing together was also very interesting, to say the least, especially when I would wheel it past him on the outside in his own car. Right, Lucy? Love you, buddy. In all seriousness, though, thank you so much for giving me a shot and believing in me. None of this would have been possible without you, buddy. So I'd like to thank all my sponsors. Stump and Stebbins Discount Stump Grinding, thank you for buying tires and fuel all season long, buddy. Moose and my mother-in-law, Sean, at A1 Auto Center. My good buddy, Jeff, with Badass Creative Coatings. My dear friend, Amy, with Homestead Realty. Thank you for everything you do. The Meyer Clan with DNL Services. Thank you, guys. Johnny Gould with Treats, Pools, and Spas. Thank you for your continued support. Joe Brockett with JSP Motorsports. Thank you for helping with the setup all season long and making the car handle as good as it did. Kevin Moore with 482 Designs. Thank you for making the car look great this season. And Rad Auto Machine for an awesome crate motor underneath the hood. I also need to thank my good buddy Sean Gaedeke and Don Spence. These guys were instrumental on helping me figure out these cars and what I needed as far as getting the car comfortable for me. And they were always the first ones to offer parts and assistance to help get us back on the track when I had troubles. Appreciate all you guys did for us, buddy. And to my crew, which consists of family and close friends who dedicate their Saturday nights to help me live out my dream without a care in the world. My brother John, the cool Currys who consist of my cousins Dom and Jay, Skipper and Ray Ray, and my good buddy Bo. Thank you guys for busting your asses all for me all season. None of this would have been possible without any of you. I also need to give a special shout out to my mom, Julie, and Tammy, who are at the track every week rooting me on and supporting me. Thank you so much. And lastly, I have to thank my wife, Caroline, and my son, DJ. In the hottest part of the summer, my wife was 9 months pregnant, and even though she was already ready to kill me, she would come waddling into the pit area right before qualifying to come watch me race every week. And as she would walk by, everybody would say, "What the hell are you doing here, girl? It's way too hot out." And she would respond with, "Yeah, tell me about it." But that just goes to show how dedicated my wife is to watching me do what I love to do and how much she supports me. Thank you for holding the fort down while I spend so many long hours in the shop during the week to get ready to go racing. You and DJ make me strive to be my best self, not only on the racetrack, but off the racetrack. Thank you for being the best wife and mom a guy could ever ask for. I love you more than words can ever say. And to my son, little DJ, thank you for coming into this world and making me see life in a whole new light. I love being your dad, and I can't wait for the years to come. Thanks for being my little good luck charm. I love you, buddy. So I want to close this out by thanking all of my other friends and family and anybody who supports me over all my years of racing. I appreciate all the support I get from all of you. And lastly, of course, there's one person I can't forget. I would like to dedicate this championship to my father, John Curry, who's up in heaven looking down with a huge smile on his face. I love you, Dad, and this is for you, and it's always for you. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at the track tonight.
Hang on one second. Make sure you stay hydrated. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife, who spends endless Saturday nights with my two boys at home. With the whole virus and everything going around, she just kept everyone safe. So hopefully this year we can get out of the house a little more with the kids and bring them to the racetrack. Second is obviously the crew. We had a table of 7 here. Keith, Joey, Keith, my father, just for everything they do with keeping the wheels on the 17. It means a lot to me. Everyone that works at the track, thank you. Lisa, thank you for putting this together tonight. Bruce, thank you for giving us a place to race. Everyone, Mike, I don't even know if Ed's here tonight, but just everyone that does a little part to make this place work, thank you. As far as the late model season went, a lot of great competition.
The highlights were probably with Ray. I wouldn't want to race with anyone else if I could, but it's a ton of fun racing with Ray every week, and we put on a hell of a show. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Sponsors, obviously, Sign Pro, CWPM. Hold on, wait for it. Connecticut Tire, he's here tonight with me. Thank you, Keith. Gallagher Buick GMC, Waddell Communications, and the other various spotters that I have basically every week. Larry's Auto Machine for making some huge horsepower that really showed every week on the racetrack. And that's about does it. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to try to outdo Buddy or anything, so. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to congratulate all the other champions on their awesome 2021 season. I want to thank Bruce Beamer for making this racetrack possible and give us an awesome place to race. I want to thank all the staff, of the track workers, and everybody that make it possible on Saturdays to have an awesome race program and give us a place to race. I got to thank Butch Shea. I know you guys have probably heard the Chassis Pro name. I really just stole the name from him. He's actually the guy that has all the knowledge, and lucky enough to have him be my friend. And about 10 years ago, he saw me damn near quit racing because I was bombing so bad, and called me up on Saturday morning and says, you know, you're no Kyle Busch, but you don't suck that bad. We're going to make these things go better. And since that day one, we started building cars, and just the future looks bright, and enjoying every step of it. I got to thank all my guys for doing what they do for me, each and every one of them. This crazy world, this crazy racing program that we do with all the rental cars and building them and everything, they do it just because they like to support me, and definitely couldn't do it without them, with Darryl, Alex, Carson, just everybody, Scooter, all the guys that are here. My spotter, Bob, since he came on board, we've definitely had unbelievable success. We've just clicked from day one, kind of know what he's going to say. He kind of knows what I'm going to do. And at least he's not trying to get Kyle James around me anymore. That makes it a lot nicer. Yeah, what he said. Thank Glenn for filling in when Bob wasn't around. I appreciate that. Got to thank Dick Williams and the racing guys for putting on the extra shows this year and all the extra money. And I know racers don't race for money because they put on these big shows and not a lot of cars show up, which is insane, but everybody likes to bitch about it when there's not a lot of money. But just thank you for them guys for putting the races on. And then I just want to thank all my sponsors, Cooker Construction, Barnes Pools, Wicked Power Sports, Competitive Edge, FK Rod Ends, All Gas of Hartford, Tommy O'Sullivan, Specialty Transmission, Jeffrey Pearl, Hoosier Tire, Sunoco Race Fuels. And last, I got to thank Missy. She puts up with my crazy world, and she's always there to support me no matter what we do. And even when me and Brian wreck at night, sometimes we still talk, which is pretty cool. And then in closing, everybody have a good night, enjoy it. It could take you 30 years to try to get back. It was 1996 when I won my last one, so I'm going to cherish this one, and hopefully 2022 is a good year for myself and the rest of everybody in the room. Thank you.